Hola, muy buenas, bienvenidos a Manucar 28 Gameplay. Aquí estamos en este Metal Gear Solid 2. Continuamos aquí con Snake. Estamos yendo hacia el sótano, así que con mucho cuidado. Voy con... sí, con el tranquilizante. Es que por aquí recuerdo que puede haber minas. De momento no hay nada. De momento, A ver qué hay aquí. Aquí tenemos una ración. Esto obviamente no se puede entrar porque en el mapa no te sale. Vale, ahí hay uno muerto. Sí. Y uno muertote. Mira, balas de la USP. Me vale. Aquí no hay nada, ¿no? Vale, cuidado, Cuidado porque viene uno. Viene, se acerca. ¿Sigue viniendo o se queda allí? Sigue viniendo. Vale, vamos a intentar hacer algo. Que no sé si viene completo para acá o no. Sí, viene para acá. Voy a esperar a ver si continúa o vuelve para atrás. Vuelve para atrás, tío.
Freeze.
Lo siento, Hiromasa. Yo no veo a nadie más. No veo a nadie más. Vale, aquí no hay nadie, aquí tampoco. Cuidado que viene uno. Está como escuchando música, ¿no? Sí, ¿se va para allá? Sí.
Freeze. Don't kill me.
¡Pa! Siento que quieran buena música, pero no es momento de escuchar música ahora, Sin novedades. Vale, cuidado que hay otro ahí, Lo podemos dejar aquí, que no creo que le vea. Tampoco quiero disparar porque... Vale, está allí medio dormido el otro. Vale, voy a esperar a que se vuelva esa.
Freeze. No. Please don't.
Uy, te quedas. Vale. Por aquí pasamos zona, creo, ¿no? Sí, pasamos zona. Y esto nos... Vale, balas de la M9. Me quedé ahí pegado y no quería salir. Vale, y para allá tiene que haber más, ¿no? supongo. De momento no veo a nadie. Voy a utilizar la cámara. Lo que no me acuerdo es cómo se hacía para... Círculo, vale. Círculo para hacer zoom. Y X para alejar, vale. No, tenemos 13 ya, medallitas. Creo que con esto se desbloquea camuflaje óptico y cosas de esas, creo. Algo así. Esto no. Poco a poco. Poquillo a poquillo. Aquí, si no me equivoco, puede que haya lío. Puede que aquí haya lío, Déjame mirar una cosa. No la puedo usar. Que como que veo ahí un poquito de menos, pero no, debe ser así. Vale, me la voy a poner por si acaso. Es que creo que ahora recuerdo esas cajas, exacto, que aquí va a haber una escena que nos van a atacar. Hombre, con el ruido que estáis haciendo, muchachos, en el momento son 3. Pero luego respamearán. Es que no hay escrito.
Colonel, we have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if
Parece que haya
necessary.
como otro.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Vale, ese es Urlokovich. ¿Qué habla? Obviamente nos van a pillar aquí del tirón, yo creo,
Who goes there?
Nos han pillado. Brr. Es que quería hacerlo como esquinadito, pero era complicado hacerlo esquinadito, tío. Me podías haber dejado coger la ración. Vale, ha quedado uno, ¿eh? Ha quedado uno. Snake, ha quedado uno. Ha quedado uno, Snake. Nos va a encerrar. Nos encerró.
Who goes there?
Debe ser Olga. Ah, no, es Ocelot.
Oh, Shalashaska.
Es Ocelot.
Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
Maldito Ocelot, Vale, nos han cerrado, no, para atrás no volvemos a ir ya.
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Vale. Obviamente parece que como que... Están los marines por un lado, está Ocelot por otro lado, está Gulukis por otro lado, están nosotros por otro
We've
lado.
already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the shadow
Ahora viene donde
Down
están en
here
el
are definitely
discurso.
Marines.
The current state of nuclear.
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
Remember,
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
technology was exposed.
No, I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Vale.
Okay, Snake, let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front.
Vale, de
front
frente,
right, and
a
front
la
left,
derecha,
and a close-up of the Marine
a la
Corps
izquierda
Marking.
y un primer plano del sello.
mark. There should
Ah,
be a
donde pone
Marines
Marines, ¿no?
insignia on the body
Vale.
of Metal Gear.
De acuerdo.
Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right,
There's actually one little thing.
just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner
terminal.
of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Vale, o sea que las tenemos que enviar desde ahí, ¿no?
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking.
Vale,
Otherwise
antes de
they'll
que termine de
spot
hablar.
you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes.
5
Longer if he
minutos,
throws in
vale.
a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
Sí,
All
primero
right,
las
We'll
fotos.
deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
Vale, hay que pasar entre todos ellos, obviamente, escondidos que no nos
Initiated
pillen.
development of Metal Gear.
Vale, entonces, espera. Dame un segundo, que voy a guardar. Que estamos aquí, por si. Pues,
Oh, you need to
seguramente
save?
que
Just a
la
second.
primera la vamos a liar. Y nos van a acabar pillando. Seguramente. Vale, vamos a meterlo en esta misma. En el 1.
Snake, have you heard this one? Evil is human nature. and his entire being falseness. The concept of so-called original sin. The idea that you're born bad, so you can't help doing bad things.
Hold on. I thought the idea of original sin was that you had to work even harder at being good because you were born evil.
Well, yeah, that too. Very good, Snake.
Vale, aquí obviamente la pistola no nos va a hacer falta.
Countermeasure to these
Porque aquí
pirated
tenemos
weapon
que...
solutions. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands,
Tenemos
of
7
Metal
minutos
Gears that exist all over the world
para tomar
are
las
no
fotos.
longer a
Es un
threat.
poco a contrarreloj esta
Clandestine
parte.
nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will
Aparte
be
que
the
nos pueden
Marine
pillar,
Corps and our
obviamente.
Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse
¿Puede que
yet,
este me pille?
so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives.
No tengo idea si por aquí...
Strategic importance of aircraft carriers
Sube
will be
escalera,
reduced
sube
by the
escalera.
completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from
Tengo que
Navy
llegar
brass,
hasta allí, creo.
especially those with submarine and air
No, aquí no
background.
puedo... no hay nada aquí.
Not to mention interference from a major
He perdido
oil
tiempo
rig.
aquí,
But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen.
Que
Always
tienen
bear that in
casco, ese es el
mind.
problema, que tienen casco.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete.
No le
Nations
toques, no le
building up their
toques, no le
own
toques,
Metal
no le
Gear
toques.
force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a
El problema es que
central
como
role
vienen
in
todos
its
para acá nos
military
pillan
affairs.
en el tirón, Vale, pasamos la primera, vale.
Ours-
Vale, pasamos la primera. Nos ha llevado 2 minutos.
Ours is not the
Estos son
only
los que se
military
giran.
project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Estos creo que son los que...
Cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel
Sí,
to the
estos son los que se
uncontrolled
giran.
fire of
Estos sí que es un
nuclear
problema,
proliferation.
Esto es un problema.
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you
uno de
that
frente.
they will not succeed.
Ese me lo tengo que cargar. Por ahí no voy a poder pasar, tío.
And it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children
Por ahí no voy a poder pasar. Voy a
experience
tener que
the
pasar por
horror of
aquí.
nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Vale, ¿van a cambiar?
You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall
Que
we?
tengo miedo de cruzar y que cambie, tío.
Left. Right. Left.
Claro, es que ahora este es un problema ahora.
Up.
Vale, pero nos ha parado el tiempo,
Right.
O sea, eso no ha parado el tiempo, por lo menos.
Down.
Yo aquí voy a esperar, no voy a mover nada.
Front.
Porque aquí no creo que me vean, ¿no?
Left. Down.
Podría avanzar, pero...
Let's continue.
Ay, me cambia ahora el esto.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army's Rex.
Ahora no puedo pasar.
It can cruise deep underwater.
Voy a tener que esperar a que cambie. Es que por el otro lado es más complicado pasar. Entonces voy a intentar pasar por este. Me pierdo un pelín de tiempo.
Onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have.
Lo tenemos, lo tenemos. Hemos pasado el segundo. Creo que llegamos justo donde está Metal Gear ahora. Y ahora es donde tenemos que sacar las fotos.
Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation.
Tenemos 3 minutos y medio, más o menos. Tenemos que hacer una foto de frente, otra foto derecha y otra foto izquierda y el sello. Y ahí está el coronel. Vale. Hombre, supongo que la foto de frente...
Metal Gear.
Grandote en Metal Gear, ¿eh? Vale, a ver.
George Sears.
Que obviamente vamos a guardar porque seguramente que aquí igual nos puedan. Aquí sí que igual nos pillan, ¿eh? Aquí puede que nos pillen.
You know the story about Achilles in Paris? The moral here is, well, something about his heel. Anyway,
el talón de Aquiles.
even the great and virtually immortal hero Achilles was finally done in by Paris. Talk about a dangerous city. So don't get complacent. The mission can turn around and get you.
Wasn't Paris a person?
What?
Paris. I thought he was a...
Snake.
Paris.
There's a time and a place for conspiracy theories. Please, I'm trying to concentrate here.
Huh? Sorry.
Tacón, amigo.
Rendered his presidency in
Vale,
the aftermath of Shadow Moses. The official reason given did not, of course, include
Tenemos que enviarlo
the
aquí,
Metal
vale.
Gear Rex and next generation
El tema
nuclear
es-
warheads. But even you will have heard rumors that he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up costed his influence in the political community.
El tema es, como se den la vuelta nos pillan aquí del tirón. ¿Funcionará?
Good.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
Marrón como los pillan.
Intruder to the right!
Joder, qué susto.
The Metal Gear Rex development on
Ay, que os
Shadow
parió.
Moses was...
Me he asustado.
The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future
Tenía que haber subido la
possibility of
escala.
using nuclear defense
La...
capabilities.
sí.
NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to
Voy a correr
cash in
antes
on
que
this
diga intruso a la
opportunity
derecha.
by specific interests within the military industrial
No, 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 no,
complex.
no.
We
No,
are
que eso
here
subimos
today
ahí.
to flush out and rid our country of these
Necesito-
corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind. It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the military, seeking to control national affairs to suit its own interests. Metal Gear Ray bears the burden of
Que
confronting this party,
necesito...
thwarting their plans and guiding this nation back to its original path.
Sello, vale.
Good.
This exercise is but a first
Necesito hacer una
step
foto
towards
de
that
la
goal.
derecha y otra de la
The
izquierda.
future of the country.
Pero ¿cómo
rests
subo,
with
tío?
you tonight. The proliferation and development of Metal Gear technology
cómo
are
subir,
about to
tío.
render agreements like the NPT and START obsolete. There are also forces at work trying to exploit this disturbing trend to further their own
No sé
power
cómo
and
subir, la
influence.
verdad. Me queda un minuto y
The
medio.
human race is about to slide back into the endless arms race of that last century. And we cannot afford to play that Russian roulette again. The Metal Gear Ray you see is here to prevent
¿Y
that.
cómo se sube, tío?
This Metal Gear Ray is a prototype designed to be operated by an
¿Podré sacar la
onboard
foto
pilot.
desde aquí?
In its final form, Ray will be
Good.
driven by teleexistence and an autonomous
¿Y la de
control
los
system.
marines?
The importance of next generation
Good.
technologies such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again, but Ray is the first to deploy it so fully. With Ray's completion, the Marine Corps will lead the way for a new
Creo que ya están todas las fotos, ¿verdad? Tengo una de la derecha, de la izquierda, de frente y del sello. Dime que esto funciona. Logan Scott. A ver si ahora nos vamos a saber la contraseña. Vale, ahí está. A ver. Sprite versión 2.21. Vale. Completado. Photo viewer.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first one I'm seeing is... This is great. The
Esto es
Marines
estupendo. Se
lettering
ve muy
shows
bien la
up
edición
really well.
Marines. Vale. Vale. Eso está bien.
The next image is... Okay, this
Vale.
works.
Se
It's
ve
a great
bien.
front
De
view.
frente. Ojalá que las de izquierda y derecha se vean
The
bien.
next image is... We only need one good shot of the lettering. Okay, last one's coming up.
Esta es una buena descripción. Vale. Ya tenemos las fotos de frente y de la descripción. Toma dos fotos. Una de la frontal derecha. Ah, frontal derecha. Y otra de la frontal izquierda. Oh. Cagada.
New age of
Frontal
military
izquierda y
tactics.
frontal derecha.
This turned out to be longer than expected. At ease. Rest a little.
Mierda, tío. Se dieron la vuelta.
Snake, respond!
Es que lo sabía yo que en algún momento me iban a pillar, tío.
George Sears surrendered his presidency.
Vale, ahora hay que
in the
hacer las
aftermath
fotografías
of
otra vez,
Shadow
supongo. Bueno, no pasa nada tampoco. O sea, bien.
Moses. The official reason
Frontal
given did not,
derecha.
of course, include the development of Metal Gear Rex and next-generation nuclear warheads. But even you
No entiendo
have
por qué
heard
se
rumors that
giró.
he was forced to resign after the failed cover-up cost him his influence in the political community. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray. The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass,
Es que esta se ve
especially
muy
those
bien.
with submarine and air
Pues ya me
background.
falta la de enfrente, tío. Soy gilipollas. Mucho la de enfrente.
I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD
Vale,
technology
supongo que ya
leaked to
está.
other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in.
Dime cara así. Dime cara así, Otacón. Lo he hecho bien. Lástima que nos hayan pillado antes.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take a look.
A
The
ver.
first one I'm seeing is... The
La de
other
frente está
photo
bien.
of the front works. You don't need to take another one.
Vale, la de enfrente está bien.
The next image is... Okay, that's good.
Vale, esa
The
está
shot
bien.
from the right
Frente-
is in the bag.
Frente derecha está bien.
And the next one is...
Claro, yo pensé que era derecha. Y
You're
era
a pretty
frente
good
derecha.
photographer. We can definitely use this left shot.
Vale, y la de Marines está bien. Porque antes no la dio buena. Vale, olvídate de las fotos y sal de ahora mismo, vale.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Pero nos van a pillar del tirón. Creo que es Ocelot, ¿no?
Excellent speech, my friend.
Es Ocelot.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver
Ocelot.
Ocelot.
Volvemos a encontrarnos, Ocelot. Amigo.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Burlokovich. Vale.
Gerlukovich. Nobody move. Understood?
Vale, está complicado ahora, ¿eh? Hemos metido en una guerra complicada. Tiene un detonador.
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Not you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back.
Claro, ahora se van a cargar aquí al Burlokovich.
Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Eso estaba
Are
claro.
you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Gerlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
El leopardo. Adiós, Gurlokovich. Y el coronel también. Ya se van a empezar a disparar los marines.
Looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Se van a empezar a disparar como locos. ¿Los marines qué? ¿Los marines se largan? Maldito ocelot,
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Creo que ahora ahí sí que hay que huir, sí. Si no me equivoco. Pero se va a largar en el Metal Gear. Esa es la mano que le cortaron. Debe tener como una especie de implante o algo. Liquid. Tiene el brazo de
It's
Liquid.
been a while, brother. Who are you? You know who I am.
Tiene la mano de Liquid.
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake?
¿Te recordáis que a Zola le cortaron un brazo?
I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the FOXHOUND program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
Como que le injertaron el brazo de Liquid, tío. Un loco.
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Complicó un poquito la cosa, ¿no? Sí, se nos complicó un poquito la cosa, la verdad.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Le vais a hacer mucho con esas balas, amigos. A ver, nosotros no tenemos ninguna posibilidad de hacer nada contra él. No tenemos absolutamente nada, tenemos una pistolita nada más.
We have a problem.
Un problemón más bien. Está viendo una brecha para escaparse. Como es anfibio, se mete al guía.
Snake! Snake!
¿No es? Como es anfibio, se va a alargar. La huida del barco y eso, ¿no?
No problems. Proceeding as planned, sir.
Llega. Bueno, pues aquí llega la parte del buque, realmente.
Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Vale. Es que están trabajando para el presidente. Tranquilo, Otacón, estoy bien. La verdad que es chula, la parte de, del barco, o sea, del buque está guapo. ¿Guardar? Sí, claro. Aquí mismo, claro. Vaya. Ahora guardamos y ya está, ¿no? Los científicos han llevado a cabo miles de cálculos para crear la bomba atómica y determinar sus consecuencias. Los ordenadores y las bombas atómicas son productos de la Segunda Guerra Mundial, productos que nacieron al mismo tiempo. Vale.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group and they have the big shell under complete control.
Estamos en el Big Shell. Esta es la segunda parte, con Raiden. Esta Raiden.
Come in from downwind and call fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Know where your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the president.
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility
Infiltrarnos en la plataforma,
and
vale.
safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Creo que el que nos hablas puede ser el coronel.
You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Creo que es el coronel.
Is this a joint effort?
No. FOXHOUND remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
Vale. Codec.
This is Snake.
El coronel, sí.
I'm now inside strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in FOXHOUND.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Vale, perfecto. Pues ya tenemos el control de Raiden. Vamos a guardar. ¿Me deja guardar?
You could probably get in down there.
No, si yo lo que quiero es guardar. Si pongo 4096, que normalmente es el de guardar. Vale, de todas maneras, vamos a dejar el capítulo de aquí. Como tenemos un guardado ya listo, simplemente es pasar la escena y demás y quedarnos justo en este momento con la primera aparición de Raiden en este Metal Gear Solid 2. Así que nada, espero que os haya gustado y nos vemos aquí en Manucal 28 Gameplay. ¡Hasta la próxima!